Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay. On today's program, the National Council of State meeting holds in Abuja. Former President Goodluck Jonathan attends first session since leaving government in May 29, 2015. Federal government insists concessioning of Nigeria's major airports is the way to go if the country is to compete in the global aviation sector. And Governor Ben Ayade signs Cross River State health insurance bill into law to provide affordable and quality health care for citizens. We begin in the South, where the Nigeria Police Force and the Department of State Services has advised the Independent National Electoral Commission to postpone the Edo State governorship election scheduled to hold on the 10th of September 2016. Addressing a joint news conference in Abuja, the Force Public Relations Officer, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Donald Dawuna, says the security agencies have uncovered plans by insurgents and extremist elements to attack vulnerable communities during the elections and the Salah celebrations. Members of the public have therefore been advised to remain vigilant and avoid places with large concentration of people. The President presided over the National Council of State meeting holding in the Presidential Villa in Abuja. It's the first time former President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan will be attending this meeting since he left government on May 29, 2015. Others in attendance are the former interim head of state, Ernest Shonefon, state governors and members of the Federal Executive Council. Those absent are General Yakubu Gowon, who is out of the country, General Ibrahim Babangida, Alhaji Shehu Shagari, and General Olusegun Obasanjo, the Senate President, as well as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. They were all absent. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to brief the Council on the nomination of Ibrahim Idris as Acting Inspector General of Police. The Nigeria Police Council is expected to ratify the appointment thereafter. They're likely to also discuss the recent economic recession. To security now, and the Nigerian Army has arrested a Boko Haram suspect on the wanted list, number 105, alongside two others in Gujba local government area of Yobe State. The acting Army spokesman, Colonel Sani Usman, says the suspects, Mohammed Bulama, Ado Abba Mohammed, and Mohammedu K. Gama, were arrested with the help of the local vigilante groups in the town. He notes that the terrorist has confirmed his photograph on the wanted list, revealing that he specializes in rearing animals for the terrorist group. Meanwhile, the troops of 4th Brigade Nigerian Army also arrested a wanted suspected national economic saboteur, one Mr. Gabriel Ogude, an ex-militant leader threatening to attack the Oturogo gas plant, who was alleged to be responsible for the recent act of economic sabotage perpetrated on the NPDC Shoreline Major Delivery Trunk Line within Ogo-Oteri General Area on the 26th of August. And now to the aviation sector, where the federal government says there is no going back on the plans to concession the 4 major airports in the country. The Minister of State for Aviation, Hadi Sirika, who met with journalists in Lagos, explains that government had already indicated an interest to concession the Lagos, Kanu, Abuja and Port Harcourt international airports to improve their safety and capacity.
The atmosphere within these airports are not anything to write home about. They are not the ideal. It is extremely difficult for us to attract passengers to create the necessary harbor. Today we are doing 15 million passengers per annum. We believe with the right things in place, Nigeria has the potential of doing 70 to 100 million passengers within 5 years. And research has shown that about 40% of passengers like to transit through fantastic airport. Dubai is a classical example. The duty free in Dubai is $1.2 billion. The money is simply not there. So we must concession. It's the only way. I mean, I can't think of any other way. And these concessions we have shown around the world. Go to Queen Alia Airport in Jordan, for example, or the Hamad Airport I just called. In 24 months, you can get a brand new, huge terminal that can take 15 million people with a new runway, with all of the additives, with shopping malls there, with cinemas, with spa, with gym, with squash courts, everything.
Minister of State for Aviation, Mr. Hadi Sirika. Now to the south again, the Cross River State Governor, Mr. Ben Ayade, has signed the state's health care insurance bill into law. Tagged the Ayade Care, the law will provide medical insurance cover at primary, secondary and tertiary levels, especially for the old, very young and vulnerable members of society.
National Health Insurance Scheme, created in 1999 and amended about 5 years later, seeks inclusion of the poor and vulnerable members of society by providing fair financing of healthcare costs using pooled funds contributed through various prepayment programs. Governor Ben Ayade has the same objectives for Cross River State. To a loud applause, he signs the Cross River Health Insurance Bill into law in the executive chamber of the Governor's office in Calabar, the Cross River State capital. Ayade Care, as the newly signed bill is called, places a levy of a minimum of 1,000 naira monthly on residents who are financially capable. The pool of funds will be used to pay bills of the less fortunate who are registered on the scheme's platform.
My team and I, including yourselves, will offer our right eye to honor Ayade Care, to ensure that that poor peasant widow with a dying child without money to buy that malaria drug now has a hospital to go to and get the drug. To take the medical burden off our challenge, off our poor, and bring them to the platform of government for support.
The government says it will retain the power to enforce payment, though funds will not be physically available to it.
It's not going to be about one person's signature or drawing money from the bank. It has to pass through due process. They have to have a quality assurance. It will be something that will be transparent to the level that everybody will see it. What everybody will see is that the needed healthcare will be provided to the latter.
According to provisions of the law, patients will not have to fill prescriptions from sources outside the scheme.
He has a wonderful team on ground that would ensure that drugs are available, the right mix of staff are available, and that we have a world-class facility in almost every village in Cross River State so our people can have universal access to health care.
To support this drive, the state government is asking for a boost from international agencies to set up specialist healthcare centers across its 3 senatorial districts.
You're watching news across Nigeria. When we come back, compliance with road safety across the Nigerian states has always been a major concern, but now in Lagos and possibly in other states as well, there's a new device that's going to make sure that overspeeding becomes a thing of the past as far as people that adhere to the law is concerned. Please stay with us.